Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to the Joy Channel podcast, where we tune into something good. And that good is our choice. So today we're going to be talking about powerful choices and what you can notice and observe in your life if you are avoiding making a choice. Or if you're making a half choice, right? If you say you're trying, if you say you hope something happens, if you say it would be nice, or I would like this, I'd like to do this, I'd like to be this. And I'm noticing where I've said that as well, and it's about choosing what we desire to experience, who we desire to be, what we desire to emit, and being and doing that. To quote my good friend Yoda, there is no try, there's only do or do not. And the man's was right up to and probably after the point where he evaporated into the ethers. Anyway, I choose to have this be fun and easy, straight and clear choice. And we get to make the choice of having things be a specific way. That's why I have that episode that is affirming ease, or I have multiple episodes of affirming ease because it's one of my favorite things to do. It's a practice that I remember when I remember before a podcast, when I set the intention that this is fun and easy, then it's fun and easy. I've spent last night studying conscious language, the book by Robert Tennyson Stevens. And that was my first time reading that book, when to me, using conscious language has been something I've been doing for a few years, as when I had some spontaneous awakenings, I became aware of these language patterns. And then I ended up meeting some people who had studied Robert's, or as they call him, Bob, uh, Mr. Stevens' mastery systems. And I hadn't delved too much into it because I had believed that, well, for the time being, I knew enough. And in reading through the book last night for the first time, I was so enjoying it and so delighted and enlightened as well when I got to recognize, I had the opportunity to recognize and upgrade some very beautiful patterns into very beautiful patterns, into my new patterns, my new choices. And I will say the salient points for me are choosing specificity and why choosing specificity, and how to become more specific in it. This might sound very big. I'm gonna pull something up so that I don't I'm going to pull something up because I choose to communicate clearly. So I'm going to read one or two of these little charts that he has in the back of the book, because I've received a lot of value from it. And I believe anyone listening to this is also going to receive value from this. That's why I'm sharing. Sharing is caring, my friends. Sharing is caring. Speaking of which, thank you for sharing my podcast. I'm loving the new listeners that are here. Appreciate you. Shoot me an email if you are inspired to do such. And thank you for reviewing and rating the show. All right. So, first, I'm going to repeat. The first phrase I'm going to say is going to be the phrase that gets to upgrade. And then the second one is going to be the upgraded phrase. And so it's going to go like that for this whole chart. And you're going to feel and notice the difference in the sentences. And I'm going to go slowly so that if you want to repeat them after me, you can, so that you can observe the difference in your body as well. So, it's hard to imagine becomes I imagine with ease. Don't forget to becomes please remember to. How wonderful is that? Because if you say to someone, don't forget, you're just still invoking forget. So please remember to. The phrase, this example says, you don't have to be a genius to figure this out. And then that upgrades to, this is easy. Don't worry about it. Becomes, be confident about it. I love that. I love that one. When I read that one, I just go like, yeah. Perhaps because I've heard the response, don't worry about it a lot, and that never resonated with me. But saying be confident about it, that's powerful. That's direct. That's an invocation to confidence. You can't go wrong. Turns into, you will do well. You needn't take that into consideration. Becomes, all you require taking into account is like, fill in the blank with whatever. That couldn't be further from the truth. Becomes, the truth is, don't make me unhappy. Becomes, please support our happiness. This will knock them dead. Becomes, this will inspire them. Obviously, becomes, it is clear to me. I don't care. Becomes, what I care about is. I love that one too, because I've fallen into that answer pattern often in the past of saying I don't care in response to something instead of saying what I care about is, what matters to me is. Of this one, it says it doesn't make any difference. Becomes, what is important to me is. No problem. Becomes, my pleasure. You are welcome. What do you want? Becomes, how can I help you? What is your pleasure? Have you made your choice? I can't wait. Turns into, I choose to be patient and calm. And then further upgrading to, I am patient and calm. I can never figure out. Becomes, I choose to easily figure this out. Or further into, I already know. Let me run this by you. Becomes, I have an idea I choose to share. It looks like I won't be able to come. Upgrades to, I may be staying home. Which I also love the idea of just saying, I choose to stay home. I choose to stay home. I choose to be here. Period. I always end up having to do it myself. upgrades to. In the past, I've ended up doing this myself. Will you give me a hand this time? Can I pick your brain turns into will you share your ideas on? Wouldn't it be nice becomes is this nice? That's another pattern I enjoy with this is um like isn't it wonderful is a big Neville Goddard uh affirmation. But turning that into it is wonderful. This is wonderful. Life is wonderful is gorgeous. I love that upgrade. It's very nice because also saying isn't it wonderful wasn't super natural of a pattern to me, but saying this is wonderful feels more of a natural pattern to me. So I'm glad that I came across the pointing out that saying isn't this whatever is not direct languaging, it's indirect. It's using like a negative to denote a positive. It's interesting. It's just the way it bounces energy around is very interesting. Don't act stupid becomes remember your brilliance. He is not doing well turns into let us imagine him doing well. It's to die for becomes it's to live for. It blows my mind becomes it expands my consciousness greatly. And let's see if there's one more I'm going to share because I choose to wrap this episode up. I don't believe that upgrades to what I believe is. I am loving the energy and power I receive in adjusting my languaging and communications. So it is my intention to share that as often as possible with people who also love to receive conscious upgrades in their energetic patterning, which comes from the way that we speak and think. So, reminder my Play Wizard workshop is on Saturday, the 16th. Also, my first single, my first song is coming out on 3/19 and it is available for pre-purchase on 3/14. It's going to be streamable everywhere and you don't purchase it like through Spotify and stuff. You just play it and you don't pay for that. But if you wanted to buy it on like iTunes or wherever it is that people buy songs, I love to share joy. And so by sharing the things that I enjoy, it's my intention that other people also receive joy from the joy. You guys have an absolutely beautiful morning, night, evening, timeless, whenever it is you listen to this. The workshop's linked below if you are super interested in it and the price is an issue for you, message me because I'm so happy to work with you on that. And you're wonderful, you're phenomenal, and have an absolutely beautiful day. Goodbye.